all your memories is what really shape us and how we react to certain situations, what decisions we make, and how we behave. If you're missing so much of that, 60, 70% of that. It's been 5 episodes in a row, and this season is getting better and better. Welcome back to the structure. I'm your host, Lion. Mystery could not be here today, but I will be reacting to episode 5 of the second season of Foundation. Without further ado, let's go. Now, this episode brings us back to our main crew. Last week, we did not get to see any Gale, any Salvor, any Brother Day, and these people are back on this episode. So we're gonna continue with their storylines, and this episode did not disappoint for sure. We had a great episode last week. This one was even better, in my opinion. I'll be giving out a rating to what the episode was. Now, this episode deals with three main points. We're gonna have the story arc between Gary, Hale, and Salvor, and then we have the storyline of Queen Seret and the storyline with Brother Day, Brother Dawes, and we're done. And we're gonna divide the video in those three different points of the story. We're gonna first deal with Gary, Salvor, and Gale. They are arriving at Ignis. This is the planet where the second foundation is supposed to be established, and this is where we're gonna find a new group of people. This is where the the mule is looking to find the metallics. So, and then we finally got to meet the metallics in this episode. So essentially, our crew arrives at Ignis. They've been seeing hallucinations. Harry saw a hallucination of rage, where first we got to see the full scene of Harry being murdered by rage. It was all planned by Harry. We got to see Salvo running to her Hugo, her former lover, in this planet. He makes up some excuse, and Harry is very quickly determines that this is not correct. There's something going on, and boom, we find out these people can read minds, the metallics. These people can shapeshift, or at least make us see what they want us to see, because they're playing with your mind. So this is a concentration of their powers, and they at least at the beginning they don't seem to be friendly because they rush these people, they capture them, and they put them to sleep using some their mental powers, their telekinesis, or whatever you want to call it. We get to meet their leader, Pal Ra. I believe that was she was called the Emperor of Light. Very welcoming, very friendly, and she welcomes our team of explorers into her group. Explains that she sends a message out to bring people with abilities to this location to be a safe haven, a safe place. Salvo wasn't very happy that someone pretended to be Hugo and kissed her. He lets the guy know that. We may see some kind of connection with those two characters, so peep that. And then Harry, as the Paul arrived, she looked into his mind. How far did she see? And she pretty much let him know, kind of saw enough for everything that I needed to see. However, at the end of the episode, we notice that Paul Ra says to her people, like, this is not gonna be where the second foundation is gonna be established. So she's looking to stop whatever's gonna happen. I have a theory about that because this may be related to something to do with the mule, and I'll discuss that on a separate video. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna have a theory video about Paul Ra, the metallics, and the mule. So don't miss out on that. So essentially, that we finally got to see something very interesting with the metallics. They can wield weapons, they can use powers, they can shapeshift, at least mentally shapeshift, and make us see what they want us to see. They seem to be welcoming. They are a refugee place, but there's something more nefarious hidden behind the leader, Paul Rudd. I'm looking forward to see how this story is going to develop. Excellent, excellent point on this story. The second part of the video of the story dealt with Queen Seret. Queen Seret's hell-bent in finding out if Brother Day is behind her family's disappearance or death. Also, she's looking to find out about the assassination, how was Brother Day able to survive. She has employed one of the guards to look into the memories of the Cleons. He's able to find out, uh, to bring some memories to her from one of the attendants of Brother Day, where a image of Demercell with the head half chopped off is shown to Queen Seret. no one in the world knew, in the universe knew, that Demercell is a robot. Now there's confirmation. You got a group of people have seen this. Let's see how far she's willing to. What is she willing to do with this information? We know she's very confrontational. We saw in this episode. She has no fear. When Sarah went up to his brother Date, started to seduce him, he was not able to perform in bed or had a hard time being up to par with her. And she's not scared that he's willing to, erase her whole plan if he wanted to. Would she use this information she now has to blackmail Brother Day? Who knows? That would be an interesting thing because I think she has the courage. She's courage. She's very brave enough to approach Brother Day and let him know. So I know that you and your companion sleep together. Oh, by the way, she's also a robot. Do you guys think that she will be willing to go that far, or she's gonna keep that close to her chest, or spread this information to the universe? That would be very interesting to see. But her companion Rue was revisiting her history with Brother Dusk. They were watching themselves when they were young, how they met. They were kind of connecting that, and she planted a seed of mistrust with Brother Dusk when she told him, "Listen, it must be nice that you have certainty that all your memories are yours and nobody ever tampers with them." And that's gonna bring us to the third point of the story, which is Brother Dusk and Brother Day and Brother Dawn. Sorry, questioning the leadership of Brother Day, everything that he's doing. Obviously, they're not very happy. At least Dusk is not. Brother Dusk is very much concerned with his legacy, with how he will be remembered to his people in the universe. We see that one curious thing on this show is that throughout all of the every time that we see the Cleons, there's history in the walls of Trentor and the palace, and from previously to the Cleon dynasty to going forward, what every single one of them have done. And Brother Dusk mentioned that, listen, I just kept the peace, so who's gonna remember me for that? So he's concerned how he will be remembered. Brother Don is more concerned with his feelings. He's more passive. He's not too. It doesn't seem like he's too worried about no longer being in power. Although he's not realizing that he may not be needed once that happens. But both of them are concerned that Brother Day now has the ability to tamper their memories, and they have no way of knowing. They will never know. Imagine someone being able to change or alter all your memories. You will never have an idea this happened to you. This is very concerning to them. They were able to find out how many memories or memory deposits are on each of the clones have, including back all the way to the original one. The original one had over 200, and most of them don't even have half of that. So that brings a concern. So why hide so many parts of Cleon to these new Cleon clones that are going to ruin the universe? Let's ask this question: if you don't have all your memories, are these clones still true Cleon, or what are they? Are they becoming? Are they just their own person, or are they truly a representation of who Cleon was? We obviously saw when they confronted or they asked the original Cleon the memory of him about this. He dismissed them. He's more he trusts. He accounted for everything that the days would do in once they're in power. So that's what's happening there. The main Cleon already accounted for all of this, and this may be part of his master plan. Do you guys think that Brother Day, Dawn, and Dust are gonna be a true representation of who Cleon was, or they compete because they're missing so many parts of the being of memories? What makes you you? All your memories is what really shape us and how we react to certain situations, what decisions we make, and how we behave. If you're missing so much of that 60-70% of that, is that are you still you? So that's the question there. So I know we have two clones, and that's why we see the conflict in between them. He even tells them, listen, to envy days, to envy yourself, you're supposed to be the same man. Where it's very obvious. The show is letting us know that they are not the same man anymore. They are not the same man. They're going three different ways. One is going one's concerned with legacy, the other one wants to break the dynasty, and the younger one is more concerned with love or just expressing himself. So, with that said, Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this episode. Very interesting episode, much better than last week, more exciting. Uh, Being able to see the different locations and see, it seems like the story has turned up a bit. Um, we see conflicts everywhere. We see the story plots are much more interesting than what we see in season one. Season one was a little slower movie, but still very good. This is a much better show. Whatever they done, they have turned up the heat on the show. I am loving every episode of this season, and I'm gonna give you a rating to this episode. In my opinion, I'm gonna give this episode a rating of an 8.5. Love the episode. We're love a little more action, but I am completely hooked. I am completely engaged. Let me know what you guys rate the episode. Be on the lookout for the theory video about the Metallics, the Mule, and Power Ra. And with that said, we'll be back next week with our review. We'll have Mystery back. He's doing a little bit of traveling, so I'm just picking up the slack there. So outside of that, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm Lion, and this was Unstructured.